So today I want to speak about a possession. Actually, it's called, I'm going to title it attachments. So attachments is of a spiritual being which is attached to you, causing a bit of havoc and annoyance for you. So I'm going to go a bit more into in-depth understanding of that and what is a kind of signs you may have an attachment, or maybe you're just having a bad day, and what can be done to deal with it, because I dealt with two yesterday. So I'll see you after the intro. So greetings, welcome back. My name is Jay. I'm from Karnak Holistics, where we learn together and we grow together in the sight of God. So today I'm going to be talking about attachments, but before I start, I'm really pumped and happy because I know that's how sad my life is, that I've got a new mic. I don't know how it's going to sound. It sounds all right on testing, but I'm kind of not got a wire leading to my camera. So it's like Bluetooth. So it's really good. So when I'm out filming, I don't have to have this wire wrapped around my leg and everywhere else. So I'm going to see how this goes, and I'm hoping it sounds good. So yeah, all good, all good. So anyway, what I'm going to speak about is attachments, and I wanted to speak about this because I don't think I've spoken about this subject in a while. It's called spiritual attachments. So spiritual attachments, it covers a lot across the board. I can't cover everything to do with attachments because it literally is a lot, and also it's hard to try and pinpoint exactly how you can get an attachment. There is not one or two things and then that's it. It's a lot. There's many things. It can come many ways, but I'll try and cover as much as I can with it. I don't know how long this is going to go on for, so I'll stop rambling. So first of all, what is an attachment? A spiritual attachment. A spiritual attachment is something that is not of you. So it's another entity, dark or light, that is attached to you. So even if you're medium and you've got guides, you have an attachment. So if you have a negative attachment, or like a demonic or a bad spirit that's attached to you, then that's necessarily a bad thing. That's what we get called to remove. Second thing is you can be sent one by somebody who may not know you, who does know you. It can literally haunt you. It can haunt an object. It can haunt the house. It can be, so when I say haunt, attach, it can attach itself to anything. One of the key things is that I see a lot of people throw things up on, for example, a lot of people throw things up on social media. Social media, like about the homes, the house, and all bits and pieces. Bear in mind, if that's fine, do that, but make sure you're giving your house total blessings all the time, and you're clearing negative energy. Because I know somebody who just got a new stairway. Actually, this is about a year and a half ago. I worked with this person. They got a new stairway done in their house, and it was really kind of posh, really nice. And they posted it up on social media, and it was fine before, and then after that, after it went up, she said that things was going wrong in the house. So when I looked at it, and I goes, I never knew about this stairway. All she said that this has happened. I said, something's been built in your house. I goes, what they're showing me, something's been built in your house. I thought, if I come into your hallway, it's something along your stairwell. And I goes, is there new carpet? Is there new banisters? What's there? She said, oh, I've just got my new stairways done. And I was like, okay. It goes, when did you get it done? Worked out the times, and it works out it was that, because she thought it was a house which is being haunted, or being the attachment was there. So I said, yeah, and I goes, I can see who sent it. I know who sent it because I can see they can show me the visual sight of the person, the image of the person. So I described who it was, and she goes, oh, I know them. And so I goes, well, this stairwell. I go, well, why? She goes, why is it your stairs? I go, thanks, just stuck to your stairs seems to be. Is there any kind of like inscriptions? Have you done any spiritual thing on the stairway for blessings, whatever? Have you done anything on the stairs? She said, no, no, no. I put up on social media, and I got into a bit of an altercation with an old friend of mine. I goes, an old friend of yours? And she said, yeah. I goes, so over a stairway? She goes, yeah. She said, I'm boasting. So no, long story short, the person obviously used the picture and sent something negative to the stairs, and the stairs was therefore the kind of like the that was the portal for it to this being to come through. I had a strong feeling the person visited before that happened, so they may have placed something there, because I don't feel they had enough strength to send it spiritually, because yeah, something has to be grounded there. So, in a long story short, I just said there's this dark man, this dark energy, not very strong. He's just there to cause nuisance and annoying. It's almost kind of like when you turn off the lights, or it's a dull environment, it's getting dark and you're coming in, you feel like you've always been watched. And it just feels like this person or this spirit isn't there to in a way cause harm. It's more to make you be afraid, because you can't feel or see them, or you can feel them, but you can't see them. So she said that's exactly what it is. It feels like I'm in the front room, but I feel like someone's about to come into the front room, but no one can. They just feel like they're just there. And I goes, well, that's a good thing. They're just only attached to the stairs. So anyway, I told her what to do, and she cleared it. Everything's all good, as far as I'm aware. I haven't heard back yet, so I assume everything's all right. The other thing was, someone came to me yesterday and had this dark, just felt like they no matter what they tried to do, they just couldn't move forward. They were trying to put, this person was really, really, really super intelligent, amazing manifester, and I was just drawn to this person straight away, just through messaging, and we built up a good friendship, and I knew there was something attached to this person, or there was something blocking them. So I said, look, because this is what I pick up. And they were like, yeah, because I try to move forward and it's just, I'm just stuck. And I was like, okay. And I goes, I'm getting an age. So they came to me, and I got them on my couch, and I started doing some work with them. And I goes, I feel I'm young. Me as you young, between the age of 4, 5 up to 13. And they were saying to me about what their life was like. And they goes, it was really quite abusive, and it was really quite tearful, and he was really upset by it all. But he wasn't emotionally upset. It was almost like this is his life. So when we started working on it, I managed to see it when I was beginning doing the Reiki, and then using the my guides and a collective stepped in, who are finally back now, by the way. It was, I could see this like gargoyle, like you see on the churches, for protection. And everyone he said he's seen said that this thing's been sent by somebody to stop him moving forward, and that's why he can't move forward. Someone needs to remove it. And now this person traveled all over the world, and we're seeing different people: India, Africa, China, America. And anyway, so I came here and I worked on them, and they got up, and there was this. They just said there was this overwhelming amount of peace that they never felt in a long time. And I was like, I know I can sense it. I had to literally, I never touched the person, but I had to place my hand on them in order to give like an antibody. It was like, that's the best way to explain it in medical terms than opposed to spiritual terms. So in our spirit world, we send in our learned way of dealing with something. We can give them that memory. So I gave him that memory, and it was a learned thing, and then it drawn away. And as he was talking, you could see this like dark, like ash rising and just going up, and then I just sent it to the light, and he was just so at peace, and it's just so amount of peace over this person, and I was like, that is really an attachment you had, and it was put there by somebody. We explained who it was and where it came from. He was really happy and glad that it's gone, but it's like sometimes when you do an attachment, you remove an attachment, it either goes or stays here. Now, if you got an attachment, so that was 2 stories I dealt with. Let me talk about how they can come and who can bring them. Anybody can send them to you. They don't have to. They can invoke this thing to come to you by doing spells. They can just say the words to you. My dad always used to say, don't piss anybody off because you don't know what they do behind closed doors. And I always say that to people. And it's true. And so so when they send this attachment, it could attach to you for you not to be able to make good decisions, be negative in money, for you to don't misconstrue that if you're rubber, you keep spending, that you got an attachment. No, that's a learned thing. But this is that if you saved and then something keeps coming up to make sure that you don't have money, and normally if you go see someone spiritual, they'll be able to tell you and say it straight if they're good. So it could be for anything in your life, anything that's to stop you from evolving or growing or learning. Because obviously it's God's plan for you to become self-aware, for you to be able to grow, shine, and be the amazing individual that you are. So these things are coming to hold you back. So when I see that and I release it and I send it to the light, he was really shocked that it took me 20 minutes. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, what? And it's like, would you want me to dance around in a grass skirt and like, invoke and make the world move to the left of it and all the rest of it? I goes, no. I goes, and he goes, why couldn't nobody else remove it? I goes, maybe it wasn't for them to remove. Maybe it was me that needed to remove it. Maybe I'm just that brilliant. I both want to say that. But I don't know. There's a range thing. And I don't even go there, why me and all the rest of it. I just do the job. And I'm glad the job been done well, and he won't have the crap back again because he wasn't in a good place. One of the things I taught him as well is the mirror. So though you put the white light around you or the golden light around you, like the orb, do you put mirrors around you, like you got a mirror on the outside, so you can see your own, so you can see your reflection. So it's like a clear background, like the back of a mirror. But a mirror, so if anyone looks at you, they will see a reflection of themselves. And so if anyone's doing anything spiritual towards you, it will rebound back and go to them. That's one way of doing it. And the other way, when you remove one, you can send it to the light, or you can just drag it out. But you always get a story, get it to identify its name. If it's an energy, and when you get them gargoyles, they're normally like low level people who just don't know pretty much not what they're doing. Normally it's just words and stuff, and then it's just built into this entity. You can catch a attachment walking through a cemetery, out in the street, anywhere. And I goes, it's not you have to get somewhere spiritual or go by a negative, normally, or a negative place, and you get it. But sometimes you can walk past a negative place, and that's where they congregate. So I remember being at an event, and this person mentioned the same thing. I was at an event, and I walked past this table, and there was somebody selling stuff, and I just didn't like their energy. And you could say it was a clash of my energy with theirs, but then I walked past the letter run again, and I felt the same thing again. My guys said, keep away from him, so I took a wide berth. Then a friend of mine who was working here, I didn't say anything, went over to the table, to the place, and was talking to him, and then they goes, they walked away, and they were like, they came to me, like they were just ran the building. Like, what's wrong with you? And it goes, they're just trained. And I'm like, I know, where did you go? And they said, and it was the same place I mentioned, I went to. So I mentioned it to them, and they were like, yeah, I was fine, but when I went away from there, I was just drained. So I gave them some of the energy back again, and they're all right. But I goes, be careful, always protect yourself in these places, and just be careful, because sometimes they don't know they're doing it, but sometimes they do, and it's a karma. Let karma be dealt with by God. So I hope that's helped. I know there's not been much facts and figures, but it's about identifying and knowing if you think you've got an attachment, go and see somebody, and then try and eradicate everything else. So if it's about you keep spending money, or you're always meeting the wrong person, look at that, because it could be the same wrong with you. No, I'll say that. I'm laughing, but it could be that you need to learn something, but then you have an attachment. But if someone else is saying to you, you've got something around you, then you notice that. So anyway, I'll end it on that. Stay blessed, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless, and namaste.